This week in Jamaica Now, the countdown to the general election. Prime Minister Portia Simspon Miller vows victory at the February 25 polls.
They have been calling for elections for a long time now. Them get it now, and them go and get a whipping.
But the JLP says it too will win. 1,000 schools to be closed half day ahead of general election. World Health Organization declares ZIKV a global emergency, and there's a new champion speller in town.
Arroyo.
A-R-R-O-Y-O, Arroyo?
Correct.
The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
News breaking in your area? Share your photos, your videos, your stories through the Gleaner's My Report.
Have a burning issue the authorities should know? Post it at the Gleaner's My Report.
It's easy. Just log on to jamaica-gleaner.com/myreport. Sign up and send today.
Your news.
Your views.
Your report.
Online.
The Gleaner's My Report.
See it.
Snap it.
Share it.
I'm Caroline Brown, and this is Jamaica Now. Former Member of Parliament for East Rural St. Andrew, Damien Crawford, has rejected a claim by a member of the People's National Party PNP hierarchy that he has withdrawn membership from the party. The official had told the Gleaner's JamaicaElections.com that Crawford informed the party secretariat that he was withdrawing his membership from the PNP at this time. Meanwhile, PNP President Prime Minister Portia Simspon Miller has vowed that her party will win the February 25 general elections. Nomination day is February 9.
They have been calling for elections for a long time now. Them get it now, and them go and get a whipping at the poll. Oh, my comrades, see the signal waving in the sky. Reinforcement now appearing. Victory, victory, victory.
And while Simspon Miller was in halfway tree announcing the election date, the opposition leader Andrew Holness was on Old Harbour Road in St. Catherine proclaiming his confidence that the JLP is on its way to Jamaica House. Mr. Holness told party supporters not to be concerned about polls, which placed the PNP ahead of the party by 4 percentage points. The Electoral Commission of Jamaica, ECJ, has written to the Education Ministry seeking its permission to close 1,000 schools half-day on February 24. That's a day before the general election. The ECJ has also said for the first time, candidates will be required to sign a citizenship declaration form as it moves to ensure that no dual citizen is elected to Parliament.
Subject to the provisions of Section 40 of this Constitution, any person who, at the date of his appointment or nomination for election, A, is a Commonwealth citizen of the age of 21 years or upwards, and B, has been ordinarily resident in Jamaica for the immediately preceding 12 months, shall be qualified to be appointed as a senator or elected as a member of the House of Representatives, and no other person shall be so qualified.
According to the ECJ, candidates found to be dual citizens after the election will face criminal sanctions and, on conviction, could be fined or imprisoned. Jamaica is now listed among countries on a travel advisory following last week's confirmation of one case of ZIKV here. The case involved a 4-year-old boy from Portmore, St. Catherine. In the meantime, the World Health Organization has declared ZIKV a global emergency. And the Permanent Secretary in the Health Ministry, Dr. Kevin Harvey, is advising persons who believe they are infected with the Zika virus to get tested.
The speculations that doesn't help. It doesn't make sense for you to say you may have it or who have it or outbreaks in schools or whatever it is. If we cannot get the samples to test, we will not be able to determine the specific persons who are infected and do the necessary interventions.
Jamaicans will have to wait a little longer to hear who is responsible for the bad gas which has been wreaking havoc on local motor vehicles in recent months. This as the committee set up to investigate contaminated petrol on the market has been granted a 21-day extension from the January 31 deadline to produce its first report. Scores of motorists have reported that their cars were damaged after they bought contaminated gas at petrol stations. 3 persons were shot and killed in Salt Spring in St. James Tuesday night in a bar, and a 4th person was seriously injured. The deceased have been identified as 18-year-old bartender Sandrina Samuels, 40-year-old Alfonso Foster, otherwise called Jigsy or Junior, and 36-year-old Andre Barrett. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Carleen Brown, and before we go, St. Andrews Shante Blackwood is the 2016 Gleaner's Children's Zone Spelling Bee champion. Here's how it happened.
Only 7 spellers would make it from the semi-finals to the finals. Near the very end, only 2 spellers were left standing, Kingston's Asana Thompson and St. Andrews Shante Blackwood, both coached by high school student Hanif Brown, a protege of late Reverend Glenn Archer. But it's Shante who would eventually get the crown.
Here's your championship word, arroyo.
A-R-R-O-Y-O, arroyo.
Correct.
The feeling is surreal. I'm elated, I'm excited, and I'm just trying to keep my composure right now.